Hi everyone, welcome to the week one of our Python for Data Analysis class. In today's session, we'll be learning the basics of Python and we would focus more on all that we need for data analysis really. So Python is a popular programming language that is known for being easy to read. It's powerful for data analysis. It's also used for web development, software development, used for machine learning, by data scientists, by AI engineers, and it's also used by top companies. So let's focus on the basics and we'll be starting with the print function. So here I'm starting with the print. So you might you might think, why are we starting with print? So print basically helps you to display the output of your code. So yeah, these are first line of code. You're welcome to Python Word. So this is a Jupyter notebook. I believe we've installed Python, we've installed VS Code, and all necessary extension. This Jupyter notebook here is an extension on Visual Studio Code. If you come down to extensions, you can search for it and install. So I'll just run that, and we have our output. Yes, you're welcome to Python Word. So one thing you might notice is that I have this hash here and some words that are not displayed. Like this script prints a welcome message to the user. So these are comments. So comment helps your code to be readable and you can come back to it and read through and understand what you did. So comments are Python ignores comments. So it only displays the output of what's inside your print function. So the print function is more like a built-in function in Python. All it does is that it returns the output of your code, like I had explained earlier. Yeah. So learning Python is fun. Yes. Next thing we'll be exploring is variables. So variables are more like containers. They store your values. Say and they are created when you assign values to a name that you define yourself. For example, here I have name, which is a variable name. Yes. So VS Code Intelligence is already suggesting what this is. This is a variable name. You can give it any name. It could be anything. It could be age. It could be anything. So yeah, I'm giving it name because I want to store a name inside my variable, which is John, name John, so that I can reuse the variable name anywhere. So it seems I'm saying variable name, so we can call it something else. So let's try, let's say age equals to 25. So that error is because name has not been defined. So if I say print age, I'm going to have 25. So instead of calling 25, I could just, I'm just referring to the variable name age. Awesome. Um, Another thing is that you can also assign multiple values to your variables as shown here. So I define variable name, age, city, and I assign everything, name, Alice, age 30, city, New York, and I can print everything at once. So Python also has inbuilt math function. So you can do print, you can say print something as simple as 2 plus 4, and if I run that, I have 6. Okay, so for the purpose of this class, we'll be focusing on what we will need for data analysis. So I created a new cell, and then quickly let's explore data types in Python. So let's explore string, integers, floats, boolean, and the likes. So here I define age as 25. So let's say age equals to, you can update it. Okay, here I'm assigning age to 35. and enter print age tab. Okay, tab 35. This is an integer, so let's check. So enter. So another built-in Python function is the type. So I can say print the type age. So it means that this variable keeps a data whose type is integer. So this is an integer data type. So we also have string. String is characterized by text. So let's check that. So let's say I want to define name equals to, let's say, Abi. It has to be in quotes, Abi. Okay, so I can say print type name. So the text in the quote is referred to a string. So this is a string. So we've explored integer here. Integers are whole numbers. So let's look at values that have decimal number. So let's say bum 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 bum. Let's say cost. Okay, let's not do cost. Um let's say amount. This is a variable name equals to, okay, 100.50, and I can do print the type of variable amount. This is a float. It is characterized by the decimal number. Quickly, let's move to Boolean. So let's say I'm trying to check, are you a student? Are you a student? Goes to true. And if I print the type of this variable name, I have class Boolean. Quickly, let's move to list. So list is used to store multiple values in one place. This, I love this IntelliSense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is auto completing everything for me. Okay, with the comments for readability. You can ignore that. You can decide to add. This is a list. So you can decide to add to the list, alter it. List mutable means you can change the content, you can add to it, you can remove from it, and it is ordered. So you can access the values in a list by using index. So usually index in a list starts with 0. So 1 is at index 0, 2 is at index 1, 3 is at index 2, 4 is at index 3, 5 is at index 4. So we can access it by the index, and quickly let's access index 0. So I'm going to call the name of the list, and I am going to do, so I'm going to print index 0. So I'm going to come here and print index 0. So let's print that 1. Third year. So let's print index. So let me just copy this and print index number 3. So let's say I want to print index 3. So I'm going to call on the name, which is list numbers, and I am going to change this to index. Okay, so let's print that we have 4. Okay, yeah. So because something subsetting, so I just want to get like a range from give me from index. So give me from index. Okay, so let's work with this suggestion first. So when you have index, negative index, you're saying start from the last number in the, it has to be inside it, last number in the list. So if we print that, you have 5. So I'm saying give me the last item in the list. So we can also do, so I want us to also touch dictionaries and the if statement, then we come to the end of the basics class. I want to do a range, give me from this. So this is called slicing. So it means I am starting from the element at index 1 up to, but exclude index, let's go to 4, up to but exclude index 4. So this is how it works all the time. So if I have 5 here, it's going to be start from index 1 up to but exclude index 5. So let's do that. So what's our output going to be? Let's predict. So that should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to give us 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's run that. So at 0, so it's going to start at 1. So 1 is at, so index 1 is 2, index 2 is 3, index 3 is 4. So it excludes 4 because index 4 here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index 4 is 5, so it's going to exclude that. And let's quickly explore dictionaries. So I'm going to comment that out. Dictionaries. Oops, let's work with this suggestion that it's here. This is awesome. So I've declared the name, the variable person, and a dictionary is characterized by key and value pairs. So we have the key name, the value John. So think of your dictionary like, let's say a form, or for each, okay, so I want to store multiple items in it, like the name, the age, a city for each person. So for each person, I have the name stored, I have the age, I have the city. The way we access value in a dictionary is by using the key. So if I want to access the values inside dictionary person, so I'm going to do, so that would be, so you first call the name of the dictionary. So that here it is person tab. I want you to give me, let's work with age. So I'm calling on key. Okay, let's call the name, key name. So I'm asking it to print. I'm going to wrap this in a print statement. I'm going to wrap it. Oops. Okay. When you have the red lines that way, it shows something is wrong. So I should have John. Hope something is wrong. Person is not defined. Why? That's because I have not, you have to run this to commit it to memory so that Python can identify person. So I'm going to run this now, and I can see that the name is John. So one of the beautiful things about using Jupyter Notebook is that you can debug and run each line of code, each cell, to check where you missed something. Okay. We can access city by doing the same. So I'll just do the print, give me the value of age from the dictionary of person, square bracket, and I'm going to wrap it up with age, and I'm going to run this. Awesome. So quickly, let's dive into the if condition. Let's say you want to, you have a class and there are students in that class, and I want to check the students' average score. Maybe they had a maths exam. Let's just assume that they had a maths exam, and I want to um check the average score. Remember, so lists you want to we store multiple values in a list. So let's say I want to create a list that is called scores. Um, so remember, list is characterized by square brackets. So I'm going to create a list of scores. Another beautiful thing about lists is that you can store different data type. It can be integer, it could be float inside the list. But for this example, we are assuming that this is a score and they are all integers. So by now we know what integers are. Integer is a data type. Um, then 92. Okay, so that was a mistake. Okay, closing square bracket. So remember I mentioned that there are some built-in Python function like length. You can check the length tab of scores. Okay, we can do. Okay, so most times I type it out before wrapping it in a print statement. Okay, you might want to write out your print first. I do that a lot. So this is telling us that there are 4 items in the list. Okay, so now that we know that the length of scores is 4, I want to create a variable average and assign it to the value of score divided by the length. So now the average is defined by adding up the scores, the values in the score list, and divided by the length. So sum is also a built-in Python function that helps to add up the values that are in this list. We discussed about length, which is 4. So the output of this division, which is a mathematical operation, I'm assigning it to average. This sign, this slash here, is dividing. So divider is an arithmetic operator, which is to divide. And then so now that I have the output for average, I have a value. So average is a variable that that stores the value of average. So when I return it, I want to see the average value. So I want to print out some statements when average is greater than or equal to a certain value. This brings us to the concept of if and else. These are conditional statements in Python. So now I'm saying if this average, if it is greater than or equals to 90, print excellent. Else, just print needs improvement. But then what if there are some scores that still lower than 90, but they don't deserve needs improvement as a comment. They are okay. So I want another condition that can capture that. So this is where your elif comes in. You can have as many elif as possible, and elif means it means else if. So a condition where the average is greater than 80, I want it to print to display very good. What if it is also greater than or equals to 90? I want it to display good. Else, if none of these conditions are true, print needs improvement. Another beautiful thing is that Python is very big on indentation. If there is any indentation error, this is going to fail. On indent amount does not match previous indent, so it has to follow through. And indentation is simply referring to the space before the first the code on this line, just a space between. So they all have to align so that I can understand that this is just a block of code, so we can run it together. So when I run this, I'm going to have two outputs. First, I'm asking it to print the average score so I can know what value I've been using to compare. So based on that, we'll know if this average if this condition captures it properly. So I have average is 80, 86.2. 86.2 is greater than 80. That's very good. So that brings us to the end of this class. We'll be able to touch variable operators, list, data types, if condition, list, dictionaries, and these are just the basics that we need to get started with our analysis in Python. Thank you so much for joining this session. That will be all.